Hello and welcome to episode 5 of Monifactory. Today we will be further expanding the LV setup that we've got here and looking into getting prepped for MV. Let's take a look at the quest book here. We've taken care of most of the important bits of the first chapter here and started working on the factory, the second chapter here. We're going to continue to expand into the different LV machines here and work towards things like the LV assembler, and then working towards getting to some of the MV materials and the like, the blast furnace and pyrolyse oven, so that we can get set up with a circuit assembler here. Although this will probably take another couple episodes to get to, but we will start working our way towards the LV assembler and just kind of padding out some of the various different items and getting some of the various different machines set up. Yes, I will start prepping for some expansion here and then come right back. Alright, so after looking at things, decided that I was going to start off with a chemical reactor here. I've got some sticky resin being extracted in a basic extractor here to create raw rubber pulp. The idea being that we can then combine it with some sulfur that I can buy with Moni coins and get some liquid rubber. We'll have to potentially just transfer the rubber via tanks and the like for now from machine to machine, but we can use the fluid solidifier to get rubber ingots as well as rubber plates here. So I'll probably create some molds up and get those set up, but we definitely need a bunch of rubber sheets here for coating wires. And the various different other things. We'll need some for the LV conveyors, and then might go with the rubber sheets for now for the wires, but once we get the assembly machine, we should be able to just go with straight rubber, liquid rubber for it. But that is probably where I'm going to go to start with. Alrighty, so I was able to get a chemical reactor created, then bought some sulfur with some Moni coins here. One other thing that I did purchase was the ULV conveyor module. You can buy 2 of those with Moni nickels. So nice and easy. They don't transfer a whole lot, but they are nice for use in circumstances like this where you want to be able to import from something like a barrel or a crate or something like this, but you don't need to worry about the speed. I have been using the hopper upgrades in the barrels that work with the sophisticated storage, but don't have any more of those right at the moment. So just wanted to go that route. Yep, we will go ahead and switch that. And then one of the nice things about the setup with Monifactory is you can right-click with the screwdriver in order to enable auto output without having to worry about going in, right-clicking and selecting it. So. Alright, and as you can see over here, we've got a bunch of raw rubber pulp, so we will go ahead and grab that out, and then go ahead and put in the sulfur and the raw rubber pulp in here. Go ahead and stash one of them in there, and that will create the liquid rubber. Go ahead and create a drum now and the casting mold here for the plates, and then we can get that going. Probably also create a mold for ingots just so that we can get a soft mallet. And I will probably move this, either move the chemical reactor or move the alloy smelter here, just so that we can get a tank in beside it. So I can just set the liquid to auto output on that side, and I don't have to worry about that. That, or I might replace this barrel here with the tank for now. So I will get those together and be right back. Alright, so your molds are made here. Empty mold made with a file and a hammer, and then 4 plates. So let's grab the grab a hammer here, and then I think I have a file here. So we'll grab those, and then we will go ahead and get 2 molds here, and then we need the plate mold, which is made with a hammer in the top middle slot, and the empty mold. And then the ingot is made same thing, just with the hammer in the bottom slot. So, alright, put those back, and go ahead and clean that up, and come around, and we can place the, go ahead and place the plate mold in there for the moment. I do have a rotor mold that I made up, as the rotor mold is one of the cheapest ways of making rotors. It only requires 4 ingots. There are ways of making them, I believe, with the extruder, but that requires MV, and we don't have access to that right at the moment. It's all finished up here. This recipe for the liquid rubber is probably one of the more efficient recipes here, as it requires 9 raw rubber pulp and 1 sulfur dust, and gets us quite a bit of wood rubber. I believe here that is about 9 ingots worth. Let me check the math here real quick. Yep, that is 9 ingots, so 144 per ingot, but that equals 9 plates or ingots. So, and then I did set up a drum here. We'll go ahead and pick that drum up here, and then we can just drop the liquid in there. We can also place the drum on top of the fluid solidifier and use a screwdriver on the drum, and that will cause the fluid in the tank to drain downward. Useful if you've got multiple tanks in a row, or if you want to empty a tank into a machine like this. I believe you can also empty it into pipes and the like if you don't want to use a pump. So, but the only downside is that that does seem to prevent input from the bottom side, so you can't really output fluids upwards with this setup. But, alrighty, we've got more rubber sheets here coming in, so we should be able to coat more of the wires and get going towards our next step. We'll be looking here to get some more electronic circuits, as well as get some robot arms and some conveyors here. So, let's see here, what do we lack right at the moment? Looks like we need more pistons, as well as some LV circuits. We can't really, I might do up some wrought iron gears here. It only takes 4 ingots for the wrought iron, so I might go down that route just to save on steel for the moment, because we've got a decent amount of wrought iron and not a whole lot of steel. So I'll probably cook up some of those, maybe cook up some more wrought iron plates and rods, looks like. So get some of that set up. And then how are we on the circuits? Looks like we will need more red alloy wires, so I will probably going to need some more, so I will probably turn what we've got into wires, and then maybe stick another batch of those into the alloy smelter to get some more of those cooked up. So, and by the way, I figured I'd just take a look here with the machines kind of running and all that. The battery buffer is definitely holding steady here. The two steam turbines here making 160 RF here each is definitely keeping up with most of the demand here, and a few times that it's kind of I've had more machines running and it's kind of dipped down. It usually lasts until we're done with the work and all that. Alright, and we've got our first robot arm here, and looks like we need some more motors there, and we should be able to grab our first LV conveyor. Yep. Some nice money coins from that here, and now we have the assembler quest opened up. So we'll go ahead and queue that up. We'll need one more of each of these. So we will need a couple more of the electric motors. We'll need some more rods here, so we will go ahead and get those cooking up, and we'll go ahead and use the polarizer to get some of those electrified. And the basically machine sounds are kind of nice sometimes, but that one's a little bit loud, so I'm going to go ahead and use a hammer here to right click on the machine and enable the muffling that's built in, which is kind of nice. I believe that works in the Monifactory series as well as the Monifactory series here. So I believe gregtech CEU and gregtech Modern work that way. I think the gregtech in 1.7 with gregtech New Horizons you have to use a muffling upgrade or cover, but yeah, the built-in hammer setup is kind of nice. I accidentally left the gear mold in the solidifier here and made some rubber gear, and luckily though you can recycle most of these mistakes either through grinding, extracting into liquid, or via the arc furnace, depending upon what material it is. So here we can extract it, and then it'll just auto output into the solidifier once the steel drum runs out. Alright, I think we should have everything here that we need. We just need to make one more robot arm and one more conveyor, and then we should be able to make the basic assembler. So that definitely opens up a bunch of avenues and items for us. Go ahead and get some barrels here made up. Let's see here, I think I might have one free, so I can pop one down here, and I'll get one made up for the top and get a conveyor set up here so that we can kind of pull things in. But this definitely makes things a lot nicer for us. We can take the liquid rubber here and go ahead and let that fill up here, and then grab it, and we can go grab we'll grab some of the red alloy wire here, and we can pop that in with the assembler, and we'll go ahead and put the liquid drain. Takes a little bit longer, but now we have the red alloy, and it uses less. Instead of being 144 millibuckets, it uses no, in this case it uses the full 144, so it's not really that much faster per se, but it can be faster in the long run if you can make use of a bunch of machines at the same time. So while I've got some solidifying the plate, the rubber sheets here, I can also have this machine working in parallel. And eventually, once you get auto crafting and the like set up, I tend to just use the liquid recipe anyway, so that I don't have to convert it into sheets. But I think that's going to be about it for this episode. Try not to keep them from getting too long, but well, hopefully next time we'll make a little bit more progress towards MV and some of the various different multi-blocks, like the electric blast furnace, and the pyrolyze oven. So, thanks for watching.